conflict between Russia and Ukraine has recently made international headlines, and as a result, many people are rethinking their support for President Putin. He's already gotten his fair share of enemies over his lifetime, so we guess a little more wouldn't hurt, right? As a man who's quite skilled at protecting himself through years of experience in KGB training, it's a bit of a stretch here to try to say that Putin wouldn't need a security system to begin with. But even so, he's invested a ton in one, which includes cutting-edge weaponry and extensive monitoring. Yeah, better safe than sorry, even for this one-man army. On today's episode of Deep Luxury, we'll be exploring the crazy details of Putin's multi-million-dollar security system that wouldn't allow you to get within arm's length of him. Let's dive deep. The Federal Protective Service is in charge of the safety of the Russian president. Its finances and employee records are very confidential, yet it's rumored to have more than 50,000 workers. Putin's personal security detail, known as the Musketeers, is an elite unit of the Federal Protection Service, which dates back to 1881. They used to be responsible for the safety of czars, but today they guard the czar adjacents. Putin doesn't hire just anyone who can hold a service weapon to protect him. His bodyguards must possess operational psychology, physical stamina, the ability to withstand the cold weather, and not sweat in the middle of the heat. A bit much, wouldn't you agree? But hey, whatever helps him sleep at night. In addition to that, the Musketeers are armed with Russian-made 9mm SR-1 Vector handguns, stocked with armor-piercing ammunition in a special bag designed to guard Putin. Even when he's in the air in his supposedly unremarkable appearing Ilyushin IL-96-300 model plane, the media is never too far behind. Putin's plane has been heavily upgraded at a cost of $504 million. The interior is absurdly opulent, with features that few heads of state can boast about. Gorgeous birchwood fittings and unbelievable gold embellishments. Word has it that even the bathrooms are plated in gold. Putin can keep tabs on development even when he's thousands of feet in the air, thanks to the plane's 87 phones and video teleconference setup. As one might expect, the presidential plane is loaded with military hardware, including anti-missile defense systems and the ability to refuel in midair. Putin can also effectively transform the plane into a mobile Kremlin courtesy of its spacious office space and fitness facility. So, how does Putin's security team operate? First off, they are always prepared. Months before Putin leaves his residence to appear in public anywhere in the world, his security team has already done a full analysis of the area, assessing the possibility of criminal activity, social unrest, and natural disasters like earthquakes or floods. When the president is scheduled to stay in a certain location, members of his guard arrive in advance to coordinate their security plan with the local authorities and inspect the accommodations thoroughly, ensuring that they are up to code and in good working order, down to the last doorknob. We don't know if this is just him being paranoid or just an insane level of security detail, but it would mean that no technicians or repairmen can have access to Putin's living quarters during his visit. When conducting operations and investigations, they do have a wide variety of powers, including, but not limited to, electronic eavesdropping, examining mail, searching houses, seizing vehicles, and arresting and interrogating individuals. Putin's guards loosely organize themselves into 4 circles, with the closest circle containing his personal bodyguards, who are some pretty intimidating-looking guys in suits and sunglasses, and who are equipped with an earpiece and a suitcase, at least on the outside. Even just seeing these foreboding fellows is enough for would-be attackers to second-guess their heinous intentions, since potential assailants can't be stopped by strong will or polite words. It's no surprise that Putin's security team is ferocious. The guards are equipped with 9mm Gurza pistols that can fire up to 40 shots per minute, and can pierce bulletproof vests at 50 meters. They also have Kevlar umbrellas, which are extremely durable and can deflect projectiles. Additional security measures such as bulletproof glass screens may be necessary during Putin's appearances in large public spaces. However, if a shootout were to occur, it would mean that the security team has failed, and someone would likely be fired, since their primary duty is to prevent attacks before they can happen. But that doesn't mean they aren't ready for action at all times. For example, Putin's motorcade is escorted by armored bands filled with spec ops units armed with AK-47s, Dragunov sniper rifles, anti-tank grenade launchers, and portable anti-aircraft missile systems whenever the president travels with his entourage. And like in any Hollywood action film, driving in challenging conditions is a requirement for joining Putin's personal security team. It doesn't come cheap either. The Orosina, Putin's presidential limo, cost $192 million to construct and was designed to compete with Western brands like Rolls-Royce. The limo is a mobile command center, equipped to withstand sniper fire, chemical gas attacks, and more. For added safety, the limousine's back seats can be retracted retracted and its passengers can still be able to observe their surroundings in real time, thanks to the live CCTV feed from the vehicle's built-in cameras. And if the car safety features turn out to be insufficient, passengers can use the back exit in case of an emergency. With other precautions in mind, it is said that Vladimir Putin's body double is occasionally used by Russia's Federal Protective Service. Putin has admitted that he has been offered to stand in on several occasions when traveling to less friendly parts of the country, but he has allegedly declined these offers. If you were remotely interested in applying to be one of Putin's guards, it takes a lot to protect someone with as many competitors and enemies as Putin. But interestingly, no one on his security team has ever fought in an intense battle. This could imply that no one on Putin's security team has ever actually set up ambushes in the mountains or jumped out of a plane with a parachute during war. While experience in combat could definitely prove useful, it's not directly relevant to this profession. This is also why former members of the police force's intelligence division are unsuitable for this position. Police officers are more educated to catch rather than protect. Therefore, they aren't typically chosen to serve as Putin's bodyguards. Operational psychology, or the ability to spot and stop dangers before they happen while remaining unobserved, is a requirement for any guardsman. In addition to being under the age of 35, applicants should be between 175 and 190 centimeters tall and weigh between 75 and 90 kilos. Looks like genetics could interfere with your plans in landing this job. Additionally, it's vital that Putin's bodyguards have mastered multiple languages and have a solid grasp of politics. After all, you need to know the political interest of everyone who comes close to the big man. His bodyguards undergo rigorous training to make sure they can withstand extreme temperatures, both cold and heat, and to always be on guard. This includes being taught to keep their arms in front of their body at all times, with their left hand raised halfway. This is especially important given that their primary responsibility as bodyguards is to protect Putin at all costs. These bodyguards don't just have to endure extensive training and strict tactics all hours of the day. They also have a few perks to look forward to. One being that they're allowed to smoke cigarettes to relieve stress and tension, but obviously not on the job. Besides that, it has been reported that Putin's bodyguards are required to be replaced whenever they reach the age of 35 due to the extreme stress of their job. But it's not all bad news though, because following retirement, they often take on positions of authority as governors of state, ministers to the federal government, leaders of elite military units, or even presidential administrators. For better or worse, Vladimir Putin is a globally well-liked leader. He's been president of Russia since 2012, although he spent time in the office back in the 90s and early 2000s as prime minister. As you can see, he has good reason to be concerned for his personal safety. Not only is he the richest man in Russia, but he's also been the most powerful man in Russia for decades. His wealth has been estimated anywhere from $40 billion to $200 billion, while the precise figure is unclear. Putin would not be able to go about the streets without a proper security detail, even if he were just a regular, average millionaire. That's not something we'd do anyway. We want to know your thoughts about Putin's security system. Do you think it's really that necessary, or is it just plain over the top? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to subscribe to check out our other ones as well, while giving this one a like. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.